Well, the big question on everyone's lips in the 2023 Absa Cape Epic is which team will be able to upset the juggernaut of the specialized team in the women's category. And we have here probably voted the most likely person to upset that, and that's Candice Lill. Candice, tell us what you're going to be riding for the 2023 campaign.
So I've got the Cannondale Scalpel High Mod with SRAM AXS. I've got a bike yoke dropper on there as well. And I'm running 120 lefty suspension on the front and a Fox 115 rear.
Now, you've been riding this bike for quite a while, many years in fact. What is it about this bike that you particularly like?
Yeah, I've been with Cannondale since 2016 and this particular bike is my favorite. I think the best feature for me is the fact that I'm able to run 120 on the front. It's a new addition and yeah, it's made a huge difference to me. And I think having lefty suspension in general is pretty cool because no one else has it, and yeah, I enjoy being different like that.
So we're going to go over some of the details of the bike, and we're going to start with the heart of the bike, which is of course the frame, the Cannondale High Mod frame. High Mod refers to the highest possible grade of carbon fiber, and the frame features 120 mils of suspension up front and technically 115 mils at the back. The Cannondale Scalpel is actually a single pivot bike, but it does feature a flexing chainstay, which means that there is, you could say, a virtual horse link where the frame actually flexes over here, and the extra volume shock provides a really stable platform for the suspension. And of course, exclusive to Cannondale is the lefty fork, where everything is contained in one single side. Moving on to the cockpit, it's a 700mm bar. It's been cut down to 700 mils for size, and it features an NV carbon bar, and it is standard on this bike. But you can see over here that there is some tape covering the logos. That's not necessarily to cover the sponsor's logo. It is sponsor correct, but the tape of course protects the bar from any damage from the number rubbing. Candice is running an 80mm stem, which is slightly longer than the standard spec. The bike is designed for a shorter stem, but because of fit, Candice needs to run a slightly longer stem than usual. And just going over to the controls, we have of course the brakes. These are SRAM level brakes. These are the top of the range SRAM brakes, and they are paired right over here with the AXS shifter. That's an electronic shifter that speaks wirelessly to the rear derailleur. On the left we have a lockout switch which locks out both the front and the rear suspension simultaneously, and Candice's favorite dropper post lever. This lever, you can see that's showing some signs of wear. It's clear that she really likes this particular control. She likes the way it works, and of course carrying it over from last year's bike. Now let's talk about the rubber on the trails. We're running Schwalbe Racing Ralph, and the width is 2.25 with 19 psi at the back and 17 psi at the front, with 90 mils of sealant in each tire. Now every rider has their own individual taste and their own individual setup, and in this case we've got a dropper post, which is Candice's favorite dropper post. And just have a look here at the setback. In fact, not really the setback, it's a set forward. Candice really likes to get really over the bike because she's a cross-country racer at heart, and it helps her on the technical trails. So the final question, and the most important question, what do you think your bike weighs?
I'm going to say, with all the grass on my training wheels, about 10.6. 10.88.